So are you cuckoo for wanting to use KuCoin? So let's start with the basics. Their headquarters is in Singapore. They have no KYC or AML when you sign up. Now, what does that mean? KYC is know your customer. It is one of the rules under anti-money laundering laws. Because remember, in the crypto world, there's a lot of money laundering activity. And so governments, different countries, they protect that by having certain specifications in place, certain guidelines, certain laws for AML and KYC. And KuCoin does not qualify under those laws for the US. So it's a very gray area because they're not licensed to operate in the US. So how is it that a lot of people in America use it? Well, a lot of them, they go and sign up with just their phone number and you don't need any proof of anything. But what they do is they use a VPN dedicated IP address from another country with less strict AML and KYC laws. And why do they do that? Well, because KuCoin has some advantages over the really popular crypto exchanges that you may use and know, such as Coinbase and Binance. One of the things is that it offers a lot of coins. Now, some people will argue that some of their coins are very irresponsible. They have coins for sale and tokens for sale that might be rug pull coins and tokens and aren't really vetted very, very carefully. But you as a crypto investor, that kind of falls on you, in my opinion, not so much on the exchange. But the problem is this: what happens when this year or next year, when I think America is really going to crack down on a federal level on crypto exchanges because they're offering so many staking rewards that banks can't compete, and people take their money, they stake it, they put it into crypto exchanges rather than banks, and banks, it's basically the same thing as the government because one hand washes the other. So I think they're going to crack down hard. There's going to be a lot of regulation. And when the tax man cometh, he cometh explosively. And so you have to be mindful of that if you're thinking of using KuCoin in the United States and not tracking all of your trades. Now, remember, when you do crypto trades, typically, it's best practice to go ahead and log that, what you buy, what you sell, and to report it so that if you do get audited during some point, you're not going to get in trouble. And then also just combing through the threads, there is some tax implications for using a platform like this that's not licensed in the US, but I'm not a legal mind. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I'm just a stock market crypto enthusiast. And this is my personal review of KuCoin. So personally, what do I feel are the pros of using KuCoin, especially if you're outside of the States? Well, the first is they have really, really competitive fees. So their fee structure is very, very low. There's lots of coins and tokens that they offer. They have something called margin and leverage trading. Now, what is that? Leverage trading is basically when you can increase your exposure in an investment. So you pay less than the cost of the whole investment. But that comes with a risk. And already people that invest in crypto, they're not really risk averse, I would say. So some people, they are looking for exchanges like that allow them to trade on margin and to trade with leverage. And so KuCoin might be a good option for you. Now, what are some of the bad parts of KuCoin? Well, again, they're not licensed in the United States, and their customer service, I would actually put that as maybe a pro and a con. I went through so many reviews. We're going to jump into it in a second. I'll show you the platform as well. Speaking of which, the technical charts. Coinbase needs to get on it. I love Coinbase, but they have absolutely no technical capabilities when it comes to their charts, and I don't understand it. So as far as KuCoin, that gets a check mark from me above Coinbase if you're someone that's really into technical trading crypto, which I would argue technical trading of crypto works better than even technical trading of stocks. Now, back to the cons, I would say that their customer service is kind of a con, but some people in the reviews, they're actually applauding the customer service. And so I would say it's like 65% trashing customer service. And then the other 35% are like, wow, my ticket was resolved in a couple of days. I'm really, really happy with it. And if you go and you read reviews online or you watch other YouTube videos, they really trash KuCoin. But I went and I took a look at the reviews of their mobile apps, which we'll cover in a second. They were actually quite good. Now, the other thing to point out that can be a con is they're advanced. If you are a beginner crypto trader, this platform, it is not for you because it has some advanced features and it's for people that use Coinbase Pro, they use the advanced version of Binance, that are used to trading, putting in different types of limit orders and, profit taking orders and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a very beginner friendly platform that's secure and legit, I would say Coinbase, and I would say Gemini, especially if you're in the United States. You can find those referral codes below. Now, with all of that being said, let's see exactly where KuCoin ranks when it comes to other exchanges, and then let's take a look at some of the other reviews. Okay, so one place that I always love to navigate when I'm doing research on cryptocurrency exchanges is coinmarketcap.com, and they'll go to rankings and exchanges, and you can find that by simply clicking here. So typically if you go to CoinMarketCap, you see this, click exchanges, and it'll bring you here. And as you can see, according to CoinMarketCap, they list KuCoin as number 5 on their list. And how do the rankings work? Well, it says right here that CoinMarketCap ranks and scores exchanges based on traffic, liquidity, trading volumes, and confidence in the legitimacy of trading volumes reported. And so if we take a look here, you'll actually notice something interesting. If we click on volume, and the volume of KuCoin is usually good, you'll see that KuCoin is right here. So maybe like number 10, number 11 is KuCoin. Just over the past 24 hours, remember this varies. But if you look at liquidity, you will see that KuCoin is going to be listed much lower on the list. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, right here. So it looks like 23 to 24. So relative to its volume, the liquidity is lower. Something to keep in mind. However, the coins, if we take a look, and this is basically where you can purchase the most amount of coins, you could see that KuCoin is really up there on the list. It is one of the only exchanges that is really noteworthy that's on that list that appears first. Now, if we scroll down a little bit more, we'll be able to see Binance and some of the other ones. But KuCoin, it tops all the really popular exchanges as almost the top one, aside from maybe Gate.io, which is obviously, you know me, huge on OMI tokens. You could purchase them on Gate.io, but something tells me that these OMI tokens are going to be available on KuCoin as soon as the Ethereum migration takes place. It's January 15th right now. Let's see if I'm correct. I'm going to guess that by April, May, OMI tokens will be available on KuCoin. And the last thing I want to point out is that you should always go and take a look at the apps themselves, because sometimes the reviews are good, but if you look at the apps, they're absolute garbage. And this might be a deal breaker for you because you might be that person that goes ahead and trades crypto on their phone. And so the two things I always advise, go on Android and take a look at the Play Store and how it ranks. And actually here we could see that over 64,000 reviews, and it's a 4.6 out of 5. So if you go and read other reviews, or you look at YouTube channels that do reviews on KuCoin, you'll see that they're all trashing it. They're calling it like some sort of weird scam, and that it's very, very, very shady stuff. But over here, you see that not a lot of people are complaining. They're actually quite happy. 4.6 is very high marks for an app. To compare, let's take a look at Coinbase, which has over 640,000 views, and this has a 4.3. So again, much more views and much more users. Maybe it's just upset users that are going, but KuCoin has quite a bit of reviews as well, and they outrank Coinbase as far as the reviews and the satisfaction from users on the app. Now, let's take a look at if you're using your iPhone. So if you're using your iPhone, you're going to go to apps.apple.com in order to take a look. And as you can see here, it has a 4.6 out of 10. So very consistent with what was being said on Google Play by its users. And it has 11.6 thousand reviews. And then I always like to go and look up the news articles, the relevant news articles that are just coming out. Here I search for KuCoin hack. Now KuCoin has been hacked in the past, and if you read about it, you will see figures that sound like a lot, but actually if you go and take a look at what happened, they retrieved a lot of those funds thanks to their partners, thanks to the rapport that they have with other exchanges. They help them freeze accounts, revert accounts, so they only lost about, I think, a little under 50 million and actually that was covered by their insurance. And so it's something that's really, really important to go and take a look how often an exchange gets hacked, how they responded to the hack, right? And it also goes to show like, okay, there's hackers, but if this is truly decentralized, there shouldn't be something where someone can freeze accounts and then give accounts back, give crypto back. You know, it goes to the same thing that if America is going to really crack down and have regulation, that KuCoin might actually freeze accounts or just give like, you have to withdraw by this date or else. And is that really decentralized? But that's a conversation for the general landscape of cryptocurrency. However, as far as KuCoin, I mean, you have to decide for yourself if it is the right app for you. Me personally, I would stay away from it because I like to do everything on the books. I also feel that this is going to be the year where there's going to be major crackdown by the US government on a lot of these exchanges, a lot of these staking, and they're going to monitor things closely, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether you're someone that wants crypto to move towards regulation or not. It is coming, and it is coming fast. And so I would be prepared. So as you can see, there are some pros and cons, and it depends on whether you're residing in the US or a country that has really relaxed AML KYC laws, because I am someone that personally feels that if you're in the United States, the headache of dealing with KuCoin, even though they have great staking, their staking is one of the best. The percentages are ridiculous, but I am not going to risk my assets being frozen. There's been stories of other exchanges where you basically just have to withdraw all your money at some point or the account gets frozen. Because remember, if the US cracks down hard, and especially if they for some reason pick on KuCoin users, that might put your funds in jeopardy. I don't want to risk that. So I say if you're in the United States, probably avoid KuCoin or be very wise about how you use it. Now, if you are from outside the United States, I would say it depends on what type of trader you are. I would definitely sign up. I would use their platform. I would trade on it a little bit. I would see if you are jiving with the technical charts. I would see if all the capabilities of advanced trading is something in your wheelhouse and something you're looking for. I would take a look at the coins and tokens that you believe in. Are they available on KuCoin? And what is the staking on there? Because some of it is quite impressive. So when it comes to staking, you can actually make money by staking your coins through PoolX, which is a platform they use for staking, or you could loan your crypto and get paid interest. And so it's definitely a very interesting platform. As you can see, it's a very popular exchange, and it's something to just know about. Even if you're not going to use it, I think a lot of these videos, they're helpful because KuCoin, you're going to hear it in the crypto world. And so it's good to know exactly what it is. And once again, as I stated, you know I'm a huge fan of OMI tokens if you follow my channel, and I do believe that they will be available on KuCoin. So I wanted to cover this exchange. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you a user of KuCoin? Can you give us some input on your experience with it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Have you had a terrible experience? Is it something you were able to profit off of a lot? Also, if there's anything that I mentioned here that you disagree with, please do mention it in the comments section. I'm learning alongside with you guys. I'm someone that is very into crypto. I love learning about it, and I love spreading the knowledge. So let me know what you think. Let's build a little community. Let's enhance our knowledge. Let's enhance our portfolios. Let's enhance our happiness. And I wish you guys all the best. Talk to me in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.